Hello and welcome to Tutorials by Gabriel. This first tutorial is about Blender, how to get used to the basics of it. I'll be showing you how to get around the interface and all that stuff. We're going to click the middle mouse button to rotate, free rotate around the cube. Over here in the view menu, there's all the views. You can choose side, front, top, which is what we'll be using. Well, another thing we'll be seeing is all the basic commands, like for example the G key. What it does is it grabs the cube or whatever shape and it moves it. We can move it around. For example, let me put this cube right here. I can put the R key, which rotates it, free rotates it. Then there's the S key, which is for size, so you can make it smaller or bigger. Let's do it small like that. And if you want to start all over, we can go to File, New, Erase All. That starts back to how it was. Another thing that we can use too is Shift D, and it creates an exact copy of the thing that's selected. I can put Shift D again. It just keeps making copies. And for example, if you want to make like this little robot, I already have 3 cubes. I will make this smaller with the S, grab it with the G. I'll make another one like that. Shift D. Over here, select with the left mouse button. You select with the left mouse button. Shift D again. And then size, grab, select, size, and then we grab with the G key. Then, for example, for the head, with the right mouse button, you move this selector, and wherever you put it, then you press the space key, and you have this menu, which we'll be covering later in our tutorials. But let's go to Add Mesh, which is all the shapes. There's plane, cube, circle, UV sphere, icosphere, cylinder, cone, grid, and monkey. We're going to add a UV sphere, which is like a sphere. We can leave that like that, and it creates this sphere. Well, like I was saying, if you want to make a little robot, I can duplicate that, and then we can make some legs, like duplicating that. Shift D, that, D, Shift D, and Shift D again. And remember, you can rotate around. Another thing that gives like this cool effect that I like to use, and it's really simple. You select it, and then over here in the default where it starts up, you click on Set Smooth, and it like smoothes the object out to take out the straight corners. You can see it's like with fade black. So you can apply this to, for example, the head. It gives this very quality also the cubes. Let's do that. And then one view is a camera. That is what you use when you render it. If you select the camera by pressing on the borders with a right click, you can select it, and then just like any other object, you can move it around like that, so that when you render it with the F12 key, that's rendering. Then you see what the computer is seeing, and you get this better quality. That's when you're done, but it might take a while if you want to do it, for example, an animation or something. But now let's go back to the top view. Well, another thing, for example, is the object properties, which if you select any object, for example, let's select this cube or this head, we go over here to this little ball, which is right by the Pac-Man and the little text, and then we click here on this ball, and so we have link to object. We click on Add New, and then over here is all the properties, which we'll be going on later. But for now, for example, we could change the color. Here's RGB, which is for red, green, and blue. And let's make this a red head. So we put the red all over, and then we lower other things, so it makes a red head. Another command to use, for example, is the shift and the middle mouse button. And what does it pans around the whole layout. If you do it with the middle mouse button and shift, you can move around. And to zoom in and zoom out, you also use the scroll bar, scroll button, which you can do like that. Well, this is just basics, to get used to. So keep checking back for more tutorials, and I hope this helps out.